Welcome back to another exciting video where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1980 Washington $quarter coin. You may think it's just another ordinary quarter, but some of these coins are worth way more than 25 cents. In fact, some rare examples can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their condition and certain unique characteristics. So stay tuned till the end as we break down everything you need to know about the 1980 Washington quarter, including its history, value, and what makes it a potentially valuable coin. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage since it was first introduced in 1932. It features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, or front, of the coin. This design was created by sculptor John Flanagan and has remained relatively unchanged for decades. The reverse of the coin from this era features an eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. Now let's talk about the 1980 quarter specifically. In that year, the United States Mint produced quarters at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify where your coin was minted by looking at the small mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the obverse side of the coin. If your 1980 quarter has no mint mark, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. If it has a small letter D, it was made in Denver. And if it has an S, it was produced at the San Francisco Mint as a proof coin, typically intended for collectors rather than circulation. Now let's get into the value. Most 1980 Washington quarters in circulated condition, the kind you'd find in your pocket or change jar, are still worth just face value, which is 25 cents. However, some coins can be worth much more depending on a few key factors. The first factor is condition. Collectors prize coins in uncirculated or mint state condition. These are coins that show no signs of wear and retain their original shine. A 1980 Washington quarter in mint state 65 condition, for example, might be worth around $10 to $15. That's not a fortune, but it's certainly more than a quarter. But if you have a coin graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, that's when the value really starts to climb. Coins at this level are rare and highly sought after. One 1980 D quarter graded MS67 Plus by PCGS sold at auction for over $1,000. That's right, $1,000 for a single quarter. The second factor that can affect value is errors and varieties. Error coins are coins that were misstruck or have some kind of manufacturing mistake. These errors can make coins extremely collectible and valuable. Some examples of valuable errors on 1980 quarters include off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned with the edge of the coin. Another type is a double die, where the design appears to be doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These types of errors can bring in anywhere from $50 to several $100s or more, depending on the rarity and severity of the error. There are also transitional errors, where a coin was struck on a blank intended for another coin type or made from the wrong metal. These are incredibly rare and valuable. Imagine finding a 1980 quarter that was accidentally struck on a planchet intended for a foreign coin or a different denomination. That could be worth thousands of dollars. Another important tip is to always check for proof coins. The 1980 S-proof Washington quarters were made for collectors and have a mirror-like finish with frosted details. While they were not meant for circulation, some can end up in pocket change. These proof coins are usually worth a few dollars, but if they are in pristine condition or have errors, they could fetch a much higher price. How can you tell if your 1980 quarter is valuable? Start by checking the condition. If it looks brand new, you might have something special. Look for mint marks and compare your coin to others online or in a coin guide. If you think you found an error coin or one in exceptionally high grade, consider sending it to a professional grading service for evaluation. Collectors are always on the hunt for high-grade coins and rare errors, so don't overlook the quarters in your collection or pocket change. A small detail can make a huge difference in value. Wrap it up. The 1980 Washington quarter might seem ordinary at first glance, but there's more than meets the eye. While most are worth only face value, coins in mint condition, rare varieties, and error coins can be worth a lot of money. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's always worth taking a closer look at your coins. If you found this video helpful or interesting, Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos about valuable coins, tips for collectors, and how you can turn your pocket change into real cash. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you found a rare 1980 quarter or have any questions about your coin collection. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting. Today, we're diving deep into the 2001 Washington quarter. Yes, you heard it right. That seemingly ordinary quarter from 2001 could be worth a lot more than 25 cents. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. So grab your coin jar, sit back, and let's explore the true value of the 2001 Washington quarter. Transition sound effect. Let's start with a bit of background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Since then, it has become a staple of U.S. coinage. But in the year 2001, something special was happening in the world of coins. That year marked the third full year of the 50-state quarters program, a historic initiative by the United States Mint that honored each of the 50 states with unique designs on the reverse side of the quarter. In 2001, 5 states were honored with special designs: New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. These state quarters were produced at 2 main mints, Philadelphia and Denver. And you can find a mint mark as a tiny letter P or D on the front side of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Now, while most 2001 quarters are still only worth their face value, there are exceptions, and those exceptions can be worth real money. Let's explore what makes certain 2001 quarters valuable and how you can identify one of these gems in your own collection. Transition sound effect. First up, condition matters. A 2001 Washington quarter in regular circulated condition will typically only be worth 25 cents. But if the coin is in uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear and tear, it could be worth $1 or more. Professional coin grading services like PeaceGS and NGC use a numerical scale from 1 to 70 to rate coins, and quarters graded MS 65 or higher can start bringing in some decent cash. For example, a 2001 D Kentucky quarter graded MS 67 by PCGS sold for around $180 at auction. Another example, a 2001 P Vermont quarter in MS 68 condition sold for over $400. That's right, hundreds of dollars for a 25-cent piece, all because of perfect condition and rarity at those high grades. But wait, it gets even better. Beyond condition, errors and varieties are where the real money is. Let's take a look at some of the most valuable and rare 2001 quarter errors that collectors are actively searching for. Transition sound effect first. We have off-center strikes. These errors occur when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted. A 2001 state quarter with a major off-center strike can fetch anywhere from $50 to $150, depending on how dramatic the error is. Second, keep an eye out for double die errors. These are coins where the image or lettering appears to be doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. A 2001 double die quarter, especially one with visible doubling on the lettering or numbers, could easily bring in $100 or more from a serious collector. Then we have clipped planchets, which occur when a piece of the coin's edge is missing due to a mishap during the cutting of the coin blanks. These clipped planchet quarters from 2001 can be worth between $30 and $75, depending on size and visibility of the clip. And finally, don't forget about struck-through errors, where debris or grease interferes with the design being struck properly on the coin. These errors create mysterious and unique patterns, and some have sold for over $200 simply because of how unusual they look. Transition sound effect now. Here's a bonus tip for collectors. Keep an eye out for 2001 quarters struck on the wrong metal or planchet. There have been a few rare instances where quarters were accidentally struck on dime planchets, resulting in smaller, thinner coins with missing edges. These error coins can fetch hundreds of dollars, even in lower grades. Let's recap. If you have a 2001 Washington quarter, especially from the state quarter series, check for the following. Mint mark, look for P for Philadelphia or D for Denver coin condition. Uncirculated or mint state coins are more valuable grading. MS 65 or higher is where the value jumps significantly. Errors, double die, off-center strikes, clip planchets, and wrong planchet strikes are where the real treasure lies. Transition sound effect. But where can you sell these valuable quarters? You could try local coin dealers, online auction sites like eBay, or certified grading companies if you think your coin is worth professional attention. Just make sure to do your research or get a second opinion before selling, so you don't let a rare gem slip through your fingers for less than it's worth. Outro music begins softly, so the next time you get a 2001 quarter in your change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. That simple coin might just be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, collecting tips, and money-making finds from your everyday pocket change. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pockets always jingle with valuable surprises. Today, we're diving deep into a common, yet surprisingly collectible coin, the 1989 Washington quarter dollar. That's right, the coin that millions of people used without a second thought in the late 80s and 90s could actually be worth much more than face value today. So sit tight, watch till the very end, and discover how this simple 25-cent coin could fetch you some serious cash. Let's begin with the basics. The 1989 Washington quarter was part of the standard circulating series issued by the United States Mint. Made primarily from a copper-nickel-clad composition, it weighs about 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse, or head side, is the iconic portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. The reverse, or tail side, features the American bald eagle perched with wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. But now here's where things start to get interesting. Not all 1989 quarters are created equal. There were 3 different mints that produced this coin in 1989: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia bear no mint mark. Denver coins have a small D mint mark, and San Francisco coins show an S mint mark. Each has its own level of rarity and value in today's coin collecting world. So let's talk mintage numbers first. In 1989, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 512 million Washington quarters. The Denver Mint struck a whopping 896 million. That's over 1.4 billion coins just from those 2 mints alone. However, while that might make you think they are all common, collectors know that condition, mint errors, and special varieties can dramatically boost a coin's value. Now for the San Francisco Mint. Unlike Philadelphia and Denver, the San Francisco Mint didn't produce coins for circulation in 1989. Instead, it struck special proof coins. These are made for collectors, not for spending. About 3.2 million of these proof quarters were produced, and they're typically of extremely high quality with mirror-like finishes. So, what's the value of a regular 1989 Washington quarter in circulated condition? Generally, a well-worn example is only worth its face value, 25 cents. But that changes fast if the coin is in better condition or has an unusual feature. Uncirculated quarters, meaning coins that were never used and are still in mint condition, can be worth anywhere from $1 to $5, sometimes even more depending on their quality and mint mark. Coins that grade MS65 or higher, which means they're in near-perfect condition, are especially sought after. For example, a 1989 D quarter in MS67 condition has sold at auction for over $200. Yes, you heard that right, $200 for a quarter. Now let's move to proof coins. A 1989 S-proof quarter in PR69 or PR70 condition, that's nearly flawless, can be worth $10 to $30 or more, depending on the buyer and market demand. But here's where things get really exciting. The real treasures are the error coins. That's right, coins that left the mint with mistakes. These can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some of the known errors for the 1989 quarter include off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, and clip planchets. One of the most valuable error types for this coin is the double die, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. If you have a 1989 quarter where the words Liberty or In God We Trust seem to have a shadow or doubled outline, you might have a valuable coin on your hands. Another key thing to look for is an off-center strike, where the design isn't properly centered on the coin. A minor off-center strike might only add a few bucks in value, but a dramatic one, say 50% off, could fetch you over $100 depending on the mint marking condition. And don't overlook clip planchets. This error occurs when a coin blank is improperly cut, resulting in a coin with a missing portion or a curved clip on the edge. These can range in value depending on severity, but again, collectors will pay a premium for clean examples. So, how can you tell if your 1989 Washington quarter is valuable? First, examine the coin under good lighting or a magnifying glass. Look closely at the lettering, the mint mark, the edges, and the general condition. Any unusual shapes, doubling, or misalignments are worth investigating further. Then, check the coin's condition. Coins that are shiny, unblemished, and show no signs of wear are far more valuable to collectors. You can even get your coin professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC that can greatly increase its resale potential. And remember, even though billions of these coins were made, finding a well-preserved example today is not as easy as it sounds. Most of them have been heavily circulated and worn down. So if you find a shiny 1989 quarter with minimal scratches or dents, hold on to it. It could be worth more than you think. Now let's talk about the current market. As of now, in 2025, the demand for high-grade Washington quarters continues to grow, especially among newer collectors entering the hobby. Online auctions, coin shows, and numismatic websites regularly see these coins trading hands. Rare errors and high grades are fetching premiums, often selling in the range of $50 to $300, depending on the specifics. So before you spend that old quarter, take a second to inspect it. You never know. A simple 1989 Washington quarter could be your hidden jackpot. And that wraps up today's video. If you learned something new or think you might have one of these coins in your pocket or coin jar, give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to uncover treasure in your own pocket change. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting!